Greetings, one and all. This is Ollie here at Visor Down, giving you a big, beefy welcome to our latest top 10 rundown of the great, the good, and in the context of this particular video, the ginormous motorcycles available to you out there right now. Yes, we are packing our bags, we are picking our pillion, and we are parking our buttocks on some plush upholstery with our top 10 large tourer and power cruiser motorcycles. Now, we're not talking about tracers, we're not talking about Versys or even R1250s. No, these are the motorcycles that talk the talky talk, devour all-you-can-eat miles, intimidate small cars at the lights, and lavishly luxuriate your posterior. So come join us by settling in for the long haul, well, about 10 minutes or so, to find out which plus-size tourer and power cruiser we want to go the distance on. Now, we don't imagine Ducati will be too disheartened at seeing its aging yet still devilishly handsome Diavel propping up the ranking here, because in a few weeks' time, there will be a brand new generation making its bow. And this time, it'll come with the firm's meaty V4 engine. But that will be then, and this is now. And right now, this is the Diavel you can buy. So, if patience isn't your virtue, the Diavel, which means devil in Bolognese, still makes a tasty choice if you want the meat of a beefy Italian head-turner without the hunching posture of a Panigale. So while we're frothing at the prospect of a Diavel V4, the current 1260cc twin pulls hard, it feels smooth, while, being a Ducati, it handles with vigour and poise belying its 244kg heft. Naturally, this is less a tourer and more of a power cruiser, but the Diavel still has impressive pulling power. It also has laid-back refinement to match, and if you wanted to get a little bit creative, pack light or freestyle it for more substantial trips. If versatility is numero uno on your tourer must-haves, then vote with your head and get a multistrada. Just be prepared for your heart to be a bit of a sore loser. The Suzuki Hayabusa. Is it a sports bike? Is it a tourer? Does it really matter? Well, no, not really. If anything, the Hayabusa, with its iconic mantle as one of the fastest production motorcycles in the world, makes it the ideal touring motorcycle if you're looking to get to your destination as quickly as possible. Sure, if life is all about the journey and not the destination, then Hayabusa might represent too much of a temptation for you to enjoy said journey in a blur. But if you take it down a notch, then the Hayabusa has some worthy qualities as a more docile motorcycle, not least with its latest generation model, which has softened some of its predecessors' edges to be more comfortable, more predictable, and more refined. It won't pamper you like a Honda Goldwing, but with 190 brake horsepower and a 186 mph limited top speed from its muscular 1340cc engine, so long as you'd rather have your spine tingled rather than massaged, the Hayabusa can be a proper touring de force. The first of two entries from Indian Motorcycle here, the recently launched 2022 Indian Pursuit. It's the trussed-up, tech-laden, seat-backed version of the Challenger. And spoiler alert, we'll get to the Challenger shortly. Weighing in at 416 kilograms, the Pursuit makes no excuse for its purpose as a motorcycle designed to be as plush and as practical as a machine on two wheels could possibly be. First and foremost, it is deliciously comfortable. While the kit levels on the flagship premium trim unfurl to include a 200-watt stereo, cruise control, heated seats, keyless ignition, tyre pressure sensors, sat-nav, and Apple CarPlay compatibility. The Pursuit also rides with some gusto, with the better weight distribution brought on by the altered dimensions, giving the handling an edge over the lighter Challenger. But, and it is a big but, big enough to muffin top over that squishy armchair anyway, at £27,695, it sure isn't cheap. Having bid a teary sayonara to the Kawasaki ZX-14R a couple of years back, into its place comes the spiritual successor in the Kawasaki H2 SX SE. Sure, it's not quite the behemoth of its predecessor, but rest assured, the H2 SX SE is a multi-talented motorcycle. Brand new for 2022, this is a bit of an alphabet soup in name, and at a starting price of £24,579, rising to £26,429 for the Performance Tourer trim, you might need to lie down before signing on the dotted line. However, every effort has gone into making this an ultra-advanced modern motorcycle, notably its ARAS radar-assisted cruise control and blind spot detection device, which spots hazards like a car being driven by a or a on their phone stepping out in front of you. With safety more guaranteed than ever, you can focus on enjoying the H2 SX SE's other details, such as its swanky new spin infotainment system and skyhook suspension, while it is arguably blessed with the most cohesive rendition of Kawasaki's in-your-face Sugoi design philosophy. Oh, and while it may not be quite as bonkers as its pure-breed H2 brother, the supercharged 200 brake horsepower engine is still capable of inducing a mountain range of pimply goosebumps if you really want it to. We've had the Pursuit and now we have the Challenger, Indian's throwdown challenge to the Harley-Davidson Road Glide. If the Road Glide has been something of a default choice over the years, the Challenger makes a strong alternative case, or bagger, because bagger, case, never mind. Anyway, something of an iron fist in a velvet glove, the 1800cc wafts with the road surface. It takes on a surprisingly sporty personality when you push on. After all, if the Challenger can tackle Laguna Seca's corkscrew in the weird yet wonderful king of the baggers racing series, then who are we to suggest what it can and cannot do at full pelt? Cheaper than a Pursuit at just over £25,000, the Challenger still feels plush without the excess, while kit levels are indeed generous. On the downside, well, it's not easy to make a full dresser Tourer look desirable, but the Challenger's looks are, well, they're challenging, with its fussy face being rather too much in your face. Think big, beefy touring motorcycles and you think Harley-Davidson. Along with its signature cruisers, these elbows out, feet flat Taurus are Harley's signature. But this means it has to get the basics right, which is why we plump for the entry-level model here, the Road King. In standard trim, the Road King is classic Harley, all polished chrome and stripped-back front fascia, available at just over £22,000. It is the blank canvas for you to put your individual customizing stamp on it. But if you'd rather not have to go through the rigmarole of picking through the options list, then a dressed-up special at just under £24,000 is the way to go. Either way, both models are sumptuously comfortable. The Milwaukee 8 Twin 114 engine is an audible pleasure, and it pulls like a herd of oxen. On the downside, it's heavy and it feels a touch basic, while a fit and finish could really be better. But if you want your motorcycle to make a statement, few do so better than a Harley-D. The go-to tourer for many of you out there, the BMW K1600 is the German marque's quiet giant, available to those who find the R1250 RT just a bit, unadventurous. It is getting a bit long in the tooth, with BMW not deviating too far from the script when it updated the range, which comprises the standard GT, the B for bagger, the Grand American style Grand America, and this, the full dresser GTL. Yours for just over £22,000, the K1600 GTL offers up plenty of oomph from its 160 horsepower 6-cylinder engine, even if it lacks a little bit of charisma. But it handles with more eagerness than a Harley or an Indian. Most of the 2021 updates centered on improving tech and gadgetry, with a veritable smorgasbord of features now thrown in, including a 10-inch TFT dashboard, a more premium sound system, and adaptive headlights. It's called the Road King, but if you really want to rule the road with a Harley Tourer, then the Road Glide is the superior choice. For many, you'll have decided you want a Road Glide before you've tried it. It's the archetype Tourer, curated from decades of experience creating the ultimate Tourer motorcycle. It means Harley-Davidson knows what its customers want. But what do you get? Well, for sure, it's instantly recognizable in its imposing way. It's brimming with character in the way it looks and it rides. Plus, it's supremely comfortable and the Milwaukee 8 114 engine is well proven. In special trim, it's not cheap, at almost £27,000, but the Road Glide is filled to the brim with kit, including a boombox sound system. It isn't light either, at a mammoth 423 kilograms, but think of it as a sumo wrestler. The Road Glide won't outmaneuver you in a fight, but if it does catch you, boy does it pack a punch. We'll be honest, we're being a little creative with the term Big Tourer for this countdown, but what's wrong with a little imagination? Take the Triumph Rocket 3. Sure, it's no longer a bagger-style tourer, nor is it a sporty number, but it is big, powerful, comfortable, premium, statement-making, and surprisingly practical. And it's a motorcycle that will go the distance, and it will do it in style. Indeed, the latest generation Rocket 3 has deviated away from its more Harley-targeted predecessor, but it's a far better motorcycle for it. With its enormous 2,458cc engine, I'll say that again, a 2.5-litre engine, the Rocket 3 has a robust 167 brake horsepower and a whopping 221 Nm of torque. In fact, you can legitimately pull a caravan with it, which actually might make it the best touring motorcycle in the world for that alone. It feels high-end too, while the lo-fi steampunk look is a vast improvement over the more fuddy-duddy Britain does America look of the model it replaced. It's big, it's brash, it's Japanese. Yes, trust Honda to take a good hard look at what its rivals are doing and produce something superior. The Honda Goldwing is more than simply a motorcycle though. It's a veritable institution, and it is the tourer we would like to take with us to the ends of the earth. No expense has been spared on the Goldwing, being every inch the flagship of Honda's expansive and varied range. Today's model packs an 1800cc flat-six engine producing 125 brake horsepower, which with its 385 kilograms of weight, which is a fair chunk less than the Harley or the Indian, means it handles better and picks up quicker, yet cruises free of fuss, especially in seamless DCT transmission. It's packed with impressive features, from the infotainment system to myriad electronic aids, and it's full of practical touches. Plus, of all the motorcycles here, the fit and finish is superior. If you want bells and whistles, then the Goldwing is eye-wateringly pricey at more than £30,000. But a Goldwing in base trim is just under £23,000, and it gets you many of the great qualities without breaking the bank. But you might just crack it just a little bit. So that's that. The Honda Goldwing reigns supreme here as our favourite big tourer. Do you agree? I have a feeling you'll have an opinion or two, but we actually want to hear what you have to say, so please do comment below. And if you haven't done so, by all means please like and subscribe to the Visor Down YouTube channel, because we kind of like you and we'd like you to come back again. So go do that, and I'll say until next time chums, ciao for now.